Hey everybody, welcome to Whiskey Babble. Tonight's guest is John. Wait, how's the audio? Is it good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, good. Tonight's guest is John. The lovely John, strong, powerful, transracial, and then everything.
Old Uncle John.
What? Why are you giving me that look? Have you not been following the news with the?
Oh no, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
But John, you don't know.
So what's going on in the news?
Transracial.
Racial.
So basically, what happened was this chick.
About to get weird.
Yeah, I don't know her name, but she was a leader of the NAACP in Washington.
Okay, yeah.
And she's like got like this horrible fake tan, and she went and got like a blowout perm, and then she's been like telling everybody she's black for the last like 20 years, but she's like
Classic.
like Scotch Irish white. So she's been classified. So she said in an interview that she was actually transracial, and that she actually like identifies with black culture.
What?
Yeah, I think it's insane. I don't know.
Is there no boundaries
Like
left?
I could be a black woman in 3 months if I wanted to.
You
be.
could.
If that's what
It's
I
true.
identified with. I just
That's unbelievable.
whatever. Okay, so anyways, sponsors, you guys. Audible is offering our listeners a free audiobook of your choice and a free 30-day trial membership. You just got to go to audibletrial.com/whiskeybabble and choose from over 180,000 audio programs. Guys, 180,000.
That's like a lot.
180,000.
Like a lot.
That's like more than your fingers
It's
and your
like
toes.
more than 150,000, but less than 200,000.
Wait, hold on. Carry the three. You're right.
Perfect. Audible, download a free. This is backwards. Download a title free. Should just download a free title and start listening. Anyways,
Same.
Same, different, but same.
Audible.
Yeah, but still same.
It's that easy. Go to Audible Trial, DOTCOMSLASH Whiskey Babble. For those of you out there, that's what's written on my paper. .com/Whiskey Babble. It's got to spell out for me because I'm brain dead. So
Can you repeat that?
Yes, that is
for the viewers,
DOTCOMSLASH
listeners.
Whiskey Babble. That's audibletrial.com/Whiskey Babble and get started today.
That's perfect because I don't read, so Audible,
Perfect.
I'm all about it.
So you can listen to them, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. But what if you're deaf and can't read? Then what do you do?
Well, then you're SOL.
That's heavy,
Shit
dude.
out of luck. Also, Mamute Jiu Jitsu, one of our sponsors, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu Academy over in Anaheim. Strongly recommend you guys check it out. If you go in there and you mention Whiskey Babble, he'll give you a week free to try it out. Normally, you only get 1 day free, usually. Usually it's one class. You go in, you try it out, and you got to make your decision there. But he's giving you a week to try it out. He was our episode 11 guest, if you guys want to go back and listen to it and learn about it a little bit.
Last week's episode at the time of this recording.
At the time of this, you gotta throw that in there because somebody's gonna listen to this in 4 months and be like, "Oh, fucking." So, it's pronounced Mamute in Portuguese. I got a lot of shit because I said Mamute on the radio, but that's how it's spelt, Mamute.
The Portuguese are proud people, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, he's not from Portugal.
Who? Yeah, he's not from Portugal.
Thanks for ruining that.
He's from Brazil.
So they speak Portuguese.
Because they're actually colonized by Portugal, so the local people speak Portuguese, but
okay.
which is actually a dialect of Spanish. If you put them together, they could actually communicate with each other pretty equally.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
a lot.
but I feel like they're not cool with that.
No,
you know?
they're not.
Like I feel like they're
A lot-
just-
you know
they
what I
desire
find it-
That's
animosity.
like Americans and British. How like the British have all kinds of crazy slang that we're like, what the hell did you just say? Like,
right.
Well, dude, I always think it's interesting, like when you get into like Mexico and South America and those places, because it really blows me away how Mexico is basically okay. So when the United States was established, there weren't supposed to be states; they were supposed to be countries.
Okay,
And
yeah.
so there was supposed to be 50 or whatever at the time independent countries, had their own constitution,
Right.
had their own Bill of Rights, and they ran independent of the other countries. Well, they decided to make states out of it instead of countries and work together. Well, Mexico is actually still on that state thing. So there's like Michoacan, there's Chihuahua, Mexico. There's a couple other
Right.
ones, and they hate each other. If you, it's a trip, dude. It's like saying like you hate somebody from Nevada just because they're from Nevada.
Right. Yeah.
And I know that because I work with a lot of Hispanic guys, and
Why is there so much hate?
I don't know. It's like we're all stuck on this. We're all stuck on this floating rock together. It's
Right.
and there's nothing.
Can't we all just get along?
There's nothing we can do. We're getting deep here. It's pretty existential right now.
This is just the intro.
This is just the intro.
I know.
We haven't even gotten to the show yet. What's going on? So,
Right out of the gate.
So guys, whiskeyBabble.com. We have some great merch up. What do we have up there now, Matt?
I put baby gear up.
Baby gear.
Yeah.
And you're pointing at me like I'm gonna start trying to have a baby.
Well, no, because
soon.
it was mentioned on episode 10 with our guest Ricky.
Oh yeah.
So I said I would put it up, and I put it up. So any of you that are looking to deck out your baby,
I feel like somebody in this room that's connected with this show in some way, shape, or form has a child
who would that
and
be?
could buy a newborn gear.
Allegedly,
you?
they could. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Well, we got John on the show. He's never been on the fucking website, and he's our guest. So what are we gonna do here?
It's true. Well, okay.
yeah, John doesn't actually listen to the show.
Okay, so first of all, there's two schools of thought. First school of thought is that, hey, you know what? I need to research. I'm going to be on here. They asked me, to come by. And so, I could have taken the last 2 days to prep, had some talking points, some jokes about maybe past, shows. But then I thought the second school of thought, which is the one I subscribe to, is fuck it. Let's just see what happens, and let's just keep it organic, and that's the path I.
Well,
took.
dude, I've been using a notebook for the last few episodes. And Matt texted me at like 2:00 today, and he's like, "So, do you got any notes for John tonight?" And I was like, "Nope." I'm just gonna roll with it, man. We're gonna see where this goes.
See, so we know each other. We know each other.
Okay, so whiskeyBabble.com. Check out the merch, you guys. Facebook.com/whiskeyBabble. Make sure you give us a like. When you guys like us, it shares us. Other people can get involved. Other people can come on and see the show.
Exposure, and it helps get the word out.
We're trying to get out there, guys. Okay.
Trying.
For those of you that don't know, it's really hard to grow if you stay stagnant.
It's true.
So
from what I've heard, at least,
we need some likes here and some shares if you guys want.
Yes.
I'm not trying to sound desperate, but I'm pretty desperate. So YouTube.com/whiskey-babble. If you guys want to watch the videos, we have videos for every episode except for one. There was some issues with that, but other than that, you guys can go on.
Which hopefully that should be fixed this week.
Yeah, we shouldn't have an issue. And then also at Whiskey Babble on Twitter. So, ladies and gentlemen, Whiskey Babble. Hey guys, welcome. Hey John.
Hey Jake, how's it going?
There we go. Okay. Tonight's whiskey is Jack Daniel's Master Distiller Series. What'd you think about it, Matt? Give me
it is.
Give me your pleb palate.
Pleb palate. Hold on. Let me take a sip. So
Yeah, tell me about it.
Off the fly here. That's smooth, man.
It's really good stuff.
Yeah.
It's really smooth. I like mine 2 cubes, 2 fingers, and this is really smooth. That's just the way I roll. 2 cubes, 2 fingers.
Yeah, it's real good. I'm drinking it neat, and even neat, it's just
Guys are throwing
awesome.
a lot of words out there right now.
It's tasty. We're serious. We're serious
neat
about
for
the whiskey,
those that
for the
don't-
lay.
For the lay. Means just straight, no ice cubes, nothing, just in the glass, room temperature, good to go.
And I like 2 cubes, obviously 2 ice cubes, and then 2 fingers on the
I actually
glass.
like a lot of ice in my whiskey. I like it's really weird as I don't eat microwave. I love cold food. I'll eat cold steak. I mean, I like it.
I do the same
Well, I
thing.
like it if it's off the grill, but I'm saying if it's going to be in the fridge for a day.
But leftovers?
Everybody gives me shit at work, man.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Everybody at work's like,
I-
look at Jake eating his cold food again.
I
What's the big deal?
very, very rarely reheat stuff at
And my
work.
bag of watermelon, I always get shit because I put my watermelon in a Ziploc bag.
You would eat watermelon.
I got you a bag of watermelon, Holmes. I'm like, yeah, what's up, dude? So, Excuse me. Whoa, dude.
There's a lot of coughing.
dying on this
bronchitis
show
over
right
there.
now.
Working man.
Working man.
Working man.
Okay.
Coal mines.
Work with my hands.
Hey, how's it feel to have your,
Just put a tool in my hand. She'll stop shaking.
Hey, how's it feel to have your name on your shirt?
That is just the biggest. Can we tell that story?
You can
a little
tell
bit?
that story.
Tell it right now. Talk. I don't know
let
this
me
story.
get it together here.
And
So-
scene.
So long story short story long.
My dad always said short story long. Go.
So
Okay, can I just, hold on. I'm interrupting the story real quick.
no, it's fine.
I feel like John has a lot of dadisms. Have you ever like John will say shit that like I've legitimately
dad says that.
I've heard that from my dad. Like, my dad's been saying it for 20 years, and John will say it like,
I think John's just an old soul.
dude, he's just got those dadisms though.
Yeah.
That's that's where I got Uncle John from.
Your dad game's on
It
point.
was exactly.
Yeah.
He's like, well, shit in one hand, want in the other, Jake. And I'm like, wait, John, what? He's
Like I'm drunker than a one-eyed catfish swimming backwards in a bird bath.
there you go. Whatever that means.
Yeah. Take notes. So
Hey, a bird in the two in the bush is worth more than one in the hand. What?
One
I don't know.
One in the
I
hand.
don't know
in
if
the
that
hand.
math adds up.
in the
quite.
hand is worth more than two in the bush.
I don't know. I just made it up.
Why beat around the bush when the bush is what you want?
There you go. Wait. Explicit podcast, everybody.
So all day.
Okay, so tell the story. Go.
So okay, so I'm an electrician. I show up to work. We're gonna do some service work. So we're gonna check on people's electrical, make sure everything's jiving. I'm working with a guy. So it's just the two of us. We show up at this office building, and
About how big is this office building if you had to put a square footage on it?
probably 20,000 square feet.
Holy shit.
It's just a large corporation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Two stories. I'm gonna.
I'm just fucking with you, bro. I'm just giving you a hard time.
It'll remain nameless.
Do you hear me all right? Hey,
Yeah.
just so everybody out there knows, we're using headphones for the first time.
Yeah. Teal is.
And I actually really like it.
Those that don't see me, I usually always wear headphones, but tonight, I think we're stepping our game up in the podcast land.
Yeah.
I would have brought my own, but I would have brought my own, but I'm.
Well, you know, my dad said, you know,
I don't listen to the podcast.
if you guys want some sponsorship on the podcast, let me know. So I hit him up for headphones. No response back. So like empty words. Like he was asking me to, but
Thanks, Nick.
he was like, you know what I mean? He was like,
Love you, man.
He was like throwing the line out there as one of those things where like, you know, where you offer to like, hey, dude, if you need help moving, and like you know that they'll never ask you for help, and then they ask you, and you're like, oh shit, like,
Damn it.
I'm actually working that day. All right, so keep going. 20,000 square feet building. Foot building.
So we show up and
Foots, feets.
and I work for a professional company, and you know we do. I'm
unprofessional company.
I work for this real unprofessional company.
yeah. Just ask me. Just ask me. Trust me. It's professional. So we show up, and you keep in mind, you know, we do all right for ourselves, and they. You know, I just want to preface that. So we show up, and we're going through checking these people's lighting. We're working above cubicles, you know, right and left, working above cubicles, and because these guys keep bitching about their lights, you know, everybody takes a light out because they don't like a bunch of light over their desk, and they're working on the keyboard, you know, working on the computers.
I get it.
Yeah,
I work in cube land, so
right. So
I get it.
I work in like a file room that they put a desk in.
perfect. So low light.
You're like Milton.
Sucks. No, it's highlight, dude.
Oh, really?
It's killer. I feel like I'm in like an operating room. My boss specifically told me that if you need to go walk around for like 10 minutes every hour, like I'm cool with that.
Just for mental
Like
stability.
I have to get out of there and be
Nice.
like and walk around and get some actual light. Okay, keep going.
Yeah. So like I said, we're working by these desks, moving on one after another. You know, little teeny, whatever. It's not important. Their boss makes us like actually put the lights back in. So these people are pissed that we're even above their desks. Not even desks, cubicles. Okay, let's just be clear here.
Right. What are you trying to say, John?
Right.
They're not real desks.
Oh,
They
okay.
still, you know. So
Yep.
I'm just a little bitter
Why you gotta
because
take it away
the
from
end, the
people?
end of the story. I'm just saying because of the end of the story.
Why are you crushing my hopes and dreams?
We got to break people down, bro.
I'm talking with my hands now. So
Got real.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
where was I at? Okay, I'm above these people. Okay, So their piss were there because their boss wants obviously all the light fixed. This guy looks up from his cubicle as I'm working my ass off, sweating, like putting everything I have into what I'm doing, right, to make it right. And he goes, and I have a shirt with the company name and my name on it because we're fancy like that and we're reputable.
Professional company.
Oddly enough.
Oh, weird.
So this guy looks up at me with like the most god awful look on his face of disgust, and he goes, "Are your parents happy that you have your name on your shirt?" And I fucking lose. All right, I lose it on this guy. I lose it. Like something snapped inside my head because I'm sitting there going, "Dude, are you serious? Like I'm fixing your problems right now, or the problems for your company." Dude looks up at me and says that. I'm just like floored. I'm like, first of all,
fuck you.
Yeah. First of all, fuck you. Second of all, we probably do almost the same amount of, like, we're probably in the same tax bracket, buddy. I
hate to break it to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks up at me and I tear into this guy. I don't remember the specifics. I just remember blacking out, tearing into him verbally.
When I couldn't even lift my hands when I was done.
And they
I saw this guy like a month later, and I had a wrench.
So at the end of it all, I got pulled out.
I did 3 years of
by
Did 3 years in Lompoc.
So
I'll die before I go back.
Right. It's a running theme. Keep going.
Oh, okay. I would know that if
you listen to the show.
I listen to the show.
Yeah, but you don't.
Anyways,
cool,
my partner.
My wife doesn't even listen to it. So
Yeah, neither is mine.
yeah. Okay, keep going.
Love you,
No,
honey.
just end of the story is partner pulled me
Samesies.
out, had to cool me off. They ended up never letting me back there in that place again because I ripped a hole in this guy's ass so bad.
Wait.
Wait.
This is in a completely different direction.
I know this is an explicit show, but I think that's crossing the line.
Verbally that happened.
Transsexual, transracial, transgender.
Dude, which is a great segue.
John Dean Markling.
Which is a great segue into my POF game.
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Okay, so you guys, let me...
Yeah, no holds barred. Like, no holds barred.
So John, okay, look, first off...
I like to try things, okay?
I don't
like
want
to try
anybody
things.
to think like we're total pieces of shit. But John...
But we are.
Like anytime I think you segue with something like that, it's basically going to be a bad deal. But John, we have a group text going between it's me, Matt the producer, John, and maybe like 4 or 5 other guys in our group. And a few of them have been on this podcast actually, and a couple of them we're trying to get on. But this group chat has been running ever since my bachelor party, right?
Oh, it's way before that.
Really?
Oh, well, with the addition of 2 of them, I guess so.
But like majority of it's been the bachelor party. Like when
It's been
really
going a
started.
while, yeah.
So John's POF game, and for those out there that don't know, Plenty of Fish is like the. It's like the.
But a side note, I love that John is breaking the fourth wall right now.
Oh yeah,
The entire time he's breaking the fourth wall.
What?
I love it. It's awesome.
What?
Just keep doing what you're doing.
Okay. Yeah.
So Plenty of Fish
Feels natural.
is the dredges of dating websites. Like
It's like right there with Craigslist.
And I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I had a Plenty of Fish back in the day, and it was legit. I mean, hey, you know what? It did its job back in the day. I'm not gonna lie. Now I don't know where it is.
Well, those girls are still on
Probably.
there, so.
I don't know where it is 6 years later when John decides to get on it, but but back when I was on it, but
oh man.
but so John sends us. So John will send us these pictures of
What are they, like matches?
No. Well, some of them, no. They're girls that have inquired to interact with me.
I see.
And just continue. Well, I'm gonna keep going. So these girls inquire to interact with me.
Solid.
A lot of people understand how POF works.
No, they don't. Tell them. Like, you're the only guy that's on POF right now. So
Is that why I'm getting inundated? Because I'm the only guy on?
It's not a common thing.
So, okay, well, I got on POF because it was like my poop app. Like when I'm bored, I have to kill some time. It's sorry. No, I'm not supposed to say that?
No,
Is that too bad? No, it's my poop app.
Everybody has a poop app.
Everyone has a
There you
poop app.
go.
That's my poop app. That one and Tinder.
Mine's immature, so we're good to go.
So, yeah, well, mine's way more productive.
There you go.
So,
I don't know. Mine
slash
makes me laugh.
not productive at all.
Mine makes me laugh. Yours makes you cry. So what's that?
I just rethink everything I'm doing in
You
life.
guys are just at different points in your lives.
Yeah, there we go. Right.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Seriously.
Okay, go.
So God, you lost my train of thought. Oh, so it's my poop app, and I decided after a certain amount of time of getting hit up that I wanted to share both my profile and some of the girls that were inquiring. I thought I'd share them with this
Okay, so there's
group text, and take it away, Jake.
so there's these things called GIFs, and I'm sure majority of our listeners know what a GIF is, but it's like a animated
GIF.
What?
It's a GIF.
Oh, GIF. You're right. We had that discussion. Why did I say GIF?
I don't know.
It's a GIF. We know that. So
This isn't France land.
yeah, right.
What do you call it? A GIF or a GIF?
GIF.
Okay, good.
Okay, GIF. I don't know why I was saying GIF.
cool.
It's a GIF. And they're like animated pictures, like 1 or 2 seconds long.
Everyone knows what a GIF is.
Do they? I bet you if you asked my dad what a GIF is, he'd be like, I
GIF.
don't know what a fucking GIF is. So exactly, that's why I'm explaining it. Because guess what? Unlike John, my dad listens to this podcast. So anyways, it's like an animated picture. You could do it from a movie or something like that, right? So John decides to...
It's one of them moving pictures.
Yeah, it's a moving picture. One of the movie pictures. In my head movies. And so John goes, okay, guys. John... I love you, John.
I have no shame.
So he goes like this. He goes, "Hey guys, listen.
You can't.
I'm
have
gonna
any shame.
share."
You either laugh or you cry in this life.
Well,
There's a dadism right there.
I don't know if we talked about it on this show, but like our group of friends is like we're brutal,
Savages.
dude. We're savages, man. You better hope something doesn't happen because we're just gonna capitalize on. You're a wounded animal.
Speaking of wounded animals,
My dog just got a toy. Hey, buddy. Okay, so you're a wounded animal. You're the back of the pack of the gazelles, and we're lions, and we're just gonna attack that shit.
Yep.
So, anyways, John decides to tell us straight up. He goes, "All right, guys. So I want you guys' honest opinion. I'm gonna share my my POF profile with you. A chick wrote it, so it's okay. But I'm gonna share my POF.
I love
profile.
how he justified it.
Oh,
Like
by
a
saying
chick wrote
Right?
it.
Like
but-
in case it sucks.
yeah.
Yeah. So and it was terrible.
Like
by the
before
way.
you rip into it too hard, a chick wrote it. So,
So-
it's cool, guys.
Well, so he decides to post this stupid fucking profile, and
God, what? Okay, are you gonna find it and read what it says?
yes, that's what I'm doing right now.
Thank God.
So
No
hold on, I'm
shame.
pulling it up on my phone here because we decided.
I hope I lose a lot of friends after this podcast.
I would say it off the top of my head, but I want it to be word for word.
Oh, I want it to be perfect.
verbatim and
It is
choice.
gold.
So found it. Okay, so everybody, this is John Markling's
God,
Plenty of Fish profile.
no longer active.
After today.
Not after today.
on every Plenty
Well,
of
you have
Fish.
till next Wednesday.
On every Plenty of Fish, you were allowed to wrote like a little quote, just something to start off the, reel in the
Something
fish,
to break the ice.
right? You're the fisher.
It's the bait.
You're the fisher. It's not called Plenty of Catching.
No.
It's called Plenty of Fish.
There's
So his
It's an art form.
his bait that he throws out there is,
art
we can just tell people we met down at Walmart. that's the intro quote to this profile. And then it follows up with
choice.
Then it follows up, with a whole, do you drink socially? Do you do drugs? No. Do you have a car? Yes. By the way, that's one of the deciding factors on Plenty of Fish is, do you have a car?
Yeah.
Pretentious bitches.
Like we're at that point in our can you pick me up? Like
I have a side note for that.
go.
When I met my wife,
Yes.
we met at a bar.
Yes.
Next morning, I go to call her and we're talking. I'm like, hey, I'm going to go work on my car, my second car at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And she thought I was talking about my primary car, and she almost stopped talking to me.
No way.
Yep.
My
True love. Love at first sight, really.
She's like, I'm not going to be dating one of those losers that doesn't have a car. And
My
I have to
wife
tote him
tried-
around
She
all
knows
the
what she
time."
wants.
my wife
Hey.
thought about giving me the wrong phone number.
Hey, solid.
That was just her thing. And then
I
and
did
then,
that.
like, and then I kept texting her. And
No,
like,
you didn't,
she was,
John.
I never
she
did
was
that.
like, she was like, I really didn't expect you to be persistent. Like, I really just wasn't expecting. I was like, well, What's up? Okay, so now here is John's little blurb. His about
this is
me.
the best
Oh
part.
God, this
Get
is
ready.
good. Yeah, please get ready.
Better sit down for this one.
I better
Make
get
me-
some dates out of this one.
Make me laugh and I'll buy you a drink. JK. Well, maybe not sarcasm. Ha. If you take jokes, we should meet up. Amateur cuddler, hardcore snuggler. Your subscription to Netflix. Just saying. Anything desert, mountains, dirt bikes, off-road racing, Havasu, dog beach, day hikes, whatever gets a sweat going.
Were you guys pissing your pants when you read that?
How does that work? Dude,
I lost it. Man.
Perfect.
country
Amateur
music,
cuddler, hardcore snuggler. Let's just
country music, and
reiterate
massive
that.
America. So, anyway,
You know, it's all about truth and transparency for me. So
John decides
Other
that he's going
guy.
to start sending us like his people that are hitting him up, and I don't know what the most politically correct way to say it is, but majority of the people he sent us were handicapped,
I'm not a monster, I swear.
and
You are a monster.
you're pretty much a piece of shit.
Shots fired.
Well, I mean, what do you expect? What do you expect us to say? Hey, John, go for it. Like, you know, we're not going to say that. So you're sending it for us to laugh. Pull the trigger on that one, there, buddy. So then he sends us this one that's gold.
Oh,
and she
man.
asks him straight up. She goes, "Do you struggle snuggle?" Is that what it was?
Yes.
Yes, straight up.
Are you a struggle snuggler? Is
So
what it was.
Matt posts up on
Urban Dictionary.
on Urban Dictionary and what was it?
Rapist.
Yeah, basically
Yeah.
it's like it's a nice way of saying you're a rapist. Like, do you struggle snuggle?
I'm like winner. You know.
Unbelievable. Did you see that thing about how, speaking of rape, I know it's horrible. I hate rape. But
Great segue.
well, yeah, right. I mean, but that thing where all the college students now, like when they're graduating, they're all graduating like with their backs turned to the deans when the deans are giving their speeches.
No.
No.
Yeah, it's like it's been all over the news. And like that girl at Columbia that was carrying her mattress around. Did you hear about that?
No.
Okay, so this girl at Columbia was raped multiple times by a guy at multiple parties. Now, let me talk about my own personal opinion here. Okay, I think rape is horrible. I think it's one of the worst things on this planet.
Yeah, no kidding.
And
Like-
it is shared by this podcast.
Yeah, no, but I mean like one of the worst things on this planet. But like, dude, I don't think we live in the extreme like rape culture that this is being portrayed by like the media. This isn't, fucking Genghis Khan where you had to wake up every morning and worry if somebody's going to kick in your door and drag you away. Okay, I'm sorry. This isn't medieval times. This isn't fucking Game of Thrones. Like this isn't. So it's not like that. Yes, it happens in college when people are drinking and shit. Yeah,
Right.
But I mean, didn't we talk about that in one episode where it's like if my wife and I, if we both get intoxicated and we have sex, she can say the next day that I raped her, and it can legally be prosecuted,
Right.
And I can legally be charged. I'm sorry. That's
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just. Anyways, so yeah, all these college people, like when they graduated, they'll turn their back to the deans because of like there's sexual abuse cases that like were going unnoticed by the school police and stuff. And I don't know. It's just a headline. I like to address
Crazy.
multiple headlines,
Yeah.
and one of them was the transracial thing, and one of them was that. So
And then back to the POF.
okay, so back to Plenty of Fish. Sorry, that was a side. I don't know. It's something that's been on my mind lately, and I wanted to kind of segue in there because this isn't
No, I
a
don't
rape
blame you.
culture. We
I
don't
don't
live in
blame
a
you.
rape culture.
We
Yeah.
don't.
We don't.
Yeah, I think terrible things happen, but no.
For you to sit there and scream rape culture is not. It's not because it's not. It's
Yeah.
not invading your village and taking all your women.
You know,
and
I've never
children.
seen anyone
Right.
get raped. Just personally,
I've never
I've
have.
never
It's
been
horrible,
involved
though,
or
from what
around that. So it's like,
I would hope not.
you know what I mean?
God.
Like,
I watched it with a beer one time. Like, it's like who is this guy?
you know, it's like I don't know. Maybe our
I've never seen someone get raped personally.
you know maybe
never seen it first.
maybe our world is only this big, but I agree with Jake on that one. So
I don't know.
Crazy.
that's
That's
crazy.
just been something like the last few episodes. We've never segued into it, but we had a little
Yeah.
segue right there. Okay, so anyways,
yeah, with POF.
POF and struggle snuggle.
Yeah, I mean this
Struggle,
this girl
struggle.
said
Dude,
she
Plenty
just
of Fish is dirty as shit, bro.
dude. This girl
yeah.
said
when I
girl
was
said
on
she's
it
just
back in the day, like it's dirty. That's all I'm saying. Okay, John, keep going.
I've never met anyone on POF
Neither did I.
like face to face. Just
I met them.
BT Dubs.
I met them because certain people I know brought them to parties, but
Man.
but I never met one in person.
Oh God.
Okay, keep going. Everybody took a drink at the same time after that. I just want if
Just
the
bury it
camera's
deep
watching,
down inside.
everybody-
Never bring it up again.
Wash down the pain.
The night terrors will go away.
Okay, so you know what? We've never even really. Okay, keep going though.
So this one girl said that she was just a wheelchair girl looking for a push.
But
Oh,
see,
yeah.
look, okay.
Look,
if she's cool enough to make fun of her disability,
That
that's
intrigued
cool.
me, right? That intrigued me. I
sure.
clicked, I opened, it drew me in.
You know,
Yeah.
it was kind of funny because
just a wheelchair girl looking for a push.
So
Dressed as Batman.
for
she
everyone,
was just as and did she call her wheelchair her Batmobile?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I had to share it.
I'm sorry. I don't want to laugh,
but I think it was
I'm a terrible person.
you are a terrible person, John.
God.
I think it was kind of a general consensus though, because for everyone out there, John at this point has sent us 4 or 5.
and John's a good-looking guy.
Yeah,
Oh, thank you.
Like I'm not just
you.
saying that. Like, but
don't-
you're a good-looking guy.
Thanks.
Why don't you go to bars
I
like
don't
a
hear it
fucking
enough.
human? Why do you have to use?
Because I'm tired of going to bar. I'm tired of going to bars and picking up chicks.
Dude, Matt met his wife at a bar. I
sure
met my
did.
wife at a bar.
Dude,
works.
all the girls I met at bars,
It works.
it's just that, and I don't really go out because I work like 7 days a week, and I'm kind of a pussy when it comes to going out at night.
Well, that's the
Now at this point in my life.
Dude, I would
So-
have never talked to my wife unless Dave and Mike were giving me shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you know what's funny?
There's a lot of things I wouldn't have done in life if Dave and
Mike didn't give me
Mike
shit.
didn't give me shit.
I mean, but
Shout out.
but like, here's the thing. I'm like an outgoing guy, and I'm loud and I'm boisterous or whatever. And I'm actually trying to work on that because of something Joe
Perfect.
Rogan said. I'll talk about that in a minute. But
is Joe Rogan like your idol or something?
he really is,
Okay.
dude. I just really, it's not that. I just think he's so intelligent, and I think I share so many views with him that I appreciate it. Like,
Right.
I listen to the Chael Sonnen podcast just as much. I listen to Fighter and the Kid. I listen to Hardcore History, Serial. I listen to a lot of podcasts, but I just identify with Rogan a lot. Anyways, what were we talking about?
I have no idea. I was about to talk about transsexuals on POF, but you can
we're
continue
going,
on.
we're
with
going
what you're
there.
doing.
Oh, so I'm loud and outgoing, but when when it comes to like seeing a girl that I think is like beautiful and like going up and talking to her, complete pussy. I can't. Somebody has to shove me in that direction. But when it comes to being loud, like this is something I mentioned from I just said it, but what Rogan said. But like, have you ever like heard a guy talking and he's loud, and you're just like, fuck that guy, like just shut up.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, you know what I mean? Like, can you shut?
Yes.
Is it me? Are you
No,
guys,
it's
are you
not
guys
you.
looking at me.
It's not
but,
you.
but you know, but,
No.
but no. He brought up this point, and he said, "Look, he goes, human beings were designed hunters and gatherers, and he goes, that loud guy makes a bad hunter because he's loud, and he goes,
Right.
so we have a natural like dislike for him." Because if we
I
were
never thought about it like that.
because if we were to take him
That'd be-
hunting, he'd be
yeah.
loud and he'd ruin the hunt.
we wouldn't bring food home to the
Exactly. So
the
it's like,
village.
shut
Right.
up.
Right.
He's like, shut up. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm driving, and that's the thing with Rogan. Like, I'll be listening to a 2-hour podcast, and at 2 hours and 1 minute, he'll drop like some 10-second nugget of gold like that. I'm like,
and you're like,
I'm like, that's brilliant. So that's just something I was, you know,
that's a cool point. I like
it kind
that.
of makes sense
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
if you think about it. Like,
Yeah.
anyway, so back to the transsexuals on POF.
God. Dude, trannies hit me up all the time. No, so
Do they ask you to call them Caitlin?
Call me. Hey, bro, come on.
Like-
Don't bring her into this.
I don't know. who
Don't
that
bring
is.
her into this.
I'm not gonna get started.
She's legally changed, by the way. Did you know that now?
Yes, I
Officially
did know
Kate-
that.
All I know is
Don't get me started.
he was an alpha. No, I'm trying to fire you up. This alpha male, Bruce Jenner. I mean, my dad looked up to Bruce Jenner.
Yeah.
Right.
Think about that shit.
Dude
My
was a
dad
stud.
but that's the thing too. It's
Hey.
like, look, I think a lot of the times, I think some of the cases when it comes to that stuff is bullshit, and I think it's people trying to get a dime or make their name known or whatever. I really think Bruce was conflicted.
Absolutely, and that's not what gets me fired up about it.
the publicity gets you fired up
Yes,
about it.
Yes.
absolutely.
But you have to look
100%.
at. I mean, but you have to look at it from a positive.
It's kind of a double-edged sword.
Keep going.
It's it's great for awareness of this topic for the other people out there that are.
That's what I was going to say. He's doing great by bringing
thing, and it's awesome.
I'm actually advocating right now, which kind of makes me.
I kind of feel that with his position, with all the Kardashian nonsense and all that he's doing it just for the paycheck. That's
It very well could be.
because he has such a platform that he can stand on.
And he's been kind of buried for the last few years behind all that, the Kardashian nonsense.
So it's kind of a double-edged sword.
I that's what I was saying. I'm actually.
Because I kind of feel the way that he's like portraying it is not so much like he's trying to raise awareness for this. It's he's just talking about himself and hey, look at me.
Hi, look at me. Okay, so
I don't know.
before I segue into my next bit, Matt had something he wanted to share with us last week, and it never happened.
It's funny little tidbits.
So please, Matt.
Okay.
The floor is yours.
Okay, this is a sheet of okay, I'll just read the header for it. These are actual complaints received by Thomas Cook Vacations from dissatisfied customers. So these are like reviews that people have left on like vacation review websites about this particular resort.
Okay.
These are pretty solid. And there's 19 of them. I don't have to read all of them, but some of them are pretty good.
Give me the gold, bro.
All right, so they should not allow topless sunbathing on the beach. It was very distracting for my husband who just wanted to relax.
When I went to Europe, true story. When I went to Europe, it's common.
Oh, yeah.
So we went to like this water park thing, and this is Romania. So it's not like, some high-end resort country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we go to this water park, and when I say water park, I mean just a large pool. And with
The old country?
They have a hose with one of those fan sprinklers.
yeah, right? with no capacity because there's no fire laws or anything.
The best
over there.
pool.
This is the best pool.
The best pool.
In all of Romania. You come here, lots of water.
He's the best, bro.
Good price, bro. Good
price.
Best
Good
price.
No, it was like that when we got there. So tell Matt. So Matt moved.
Oh, my God.
Tell that story. That's one of my favorite stories.
The Andre incident.
Oh, I was present for that.
John was
tell
there.
it. It's one of my favorite stories. Tell it.
All right, so
I actually alerted Matt to it.
I had hurt myself a
Being a badass.
couple months previous, and I was moving out of my apartment. So my apartment was on the 3rd floor, no elevator. So I hired a moving company to move all my stuff.
What floor?
3rd floor.
3rd floor.
Yeah.
Don't ever do it.
So they're moving. I think it was either my bed or my dresser or something
dresser.
upstairs.
Totally your dresser.
And he slams the dresser into the wall and puts a big, like a 6-inch gouge into the drywall.
Flat white paint.
Yeah.
Per usual for rentals.
Yeah, just
Whatever they can ding you for.
just
Right.
bam. And I'm like, hey man, like hey, can we, just be mindful.
I lost my deposit on the move-in.
right.
Yeah.
Like
No, clearly.
be mindful, of like, the corners and stuff. Like, hey, I'm just moving into this
Wait,
place.
what ethnicity were they?
Eastern European.
There
I'm
we
not
go.
Yeah.
Keep going. My people.
Yeah. Who knows right now what they were?
Yeah.
But
So-
borders are changing.
So I'm like, hey, just try and be careful. I'm not being a jerk about it. I'm just like, hey man,
Geopolitical.
try and be careful. And the guy turns to me and he's like, there's nothing I can do. You will just have to paint the wall.
And what are were they intimidating? Were they intimidating
No.
guys?
And then I chime in. You will not need to paint your walls when we are done with your country. Matt loses his shit.
Well, you know what's crazy, dude?
What are you gonna do? You either laugh or you cry.
These guys smelled so bad.
It was bad.
When you lose your country, that reminds me of I'm sidetracking here to video games, but there was a video game that David played, and David was our guest, episode 3 or 4.
That's one I really wanted to listen to, and I just haven't yet.
You need to, dude.
I know.
There's one point on that podcast where I'm in tears because I'm laughing so hard.
I like that guy a
at
lot.
this horse taking a big shit behind me, and it smells so bad.
It's perfect.
I'm crying.
Perfect.
So, anyways, Dave actually
He's a good
played a
guy.
video game, and in the video game, I think it was Russia or someone invaded us because the United States has never had the mainland be invaded.
Yeah.
We're like one of the only countries.
So
So
invaded, attacked.
the mainland's never been 9/11.
9/11.
But I mean, like, we've never been
invading
invaded.
force. There have been an
Yes, we
invading
have.
force.
When were we invaded?
Revolutionary War.
But
That
we
wasn't
weren't
the United
established as
States
we
yet.
weren't established as a country yet.
We were the colonies.
I just want to shout out to the French. Thanks for helping us out.
Yeah, hey, shout out to the French. All I know is I'm telling you this: when 13 unorganized colonies take on the world's largest superpower, kick the shit out of them, that's America.
I'm not saying it was aliens.
I'm not saying it was aliens, but aliens. But aliens. I'm just saying good fighting styles by the Native Americans and good old George Washington.
Perfect.
But anyways, in the video game, it was like really realistic, and the United States got invaded, and like you see like flags flying in the capital from another country, and Dave was
Right.
like, it actually made me cry. Like, it was like it made me tear up because
Like,
you
I
don't see
believe
that
that.
shit.
Yeah.
You don't see that shit.
No. It makes it real, you know?
See like Germany in rubble, and you see this place in rubble, and you see this place in rubble after they've been invaded, and we've never
Right.
had to deal with that.
Exactly.
Although I did just watch. Okay, so yesterday on my lunch break, I'm looking through because we have a TV in the lunchroom now, which is great. We always throw on movies, and I fucking put on Red Dawn, the remake. God, it got me pumped up. Like, I could just imagine during Red Dawn, like people parachuting in and like us just picking them off. Like, okay, keep reading your reviews. We're way sidetracked.
Yeah. Like a
We're
lot.
staying true to our name tonight.
God.
All right. On my holiday to
Oh, we got to talk about Game of Thrones too, but keep going.
Dude, there's so many. You need to get talking points.
if
Why
only
don't
we
you
had
shut
a
the hell
notebook.
up?
I mean, yeah. So again, me
I really
coming
wish
in,
John, who's
this isn't
never
my
listened to our
show.
show,
I don't
told me how to run our
I haven't
show.
Yeah,
invested
weird.
in
I
this
really
show.
wish that happened right
I'm
now.
just coming in, guns
Hey, I'm
blazing.
not a gardener, bro, but you're doing that gardening all wrong. Like,
Like all of a sudden, I have opinions.
not up in here.
I'm just gonna sit back.
Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted,
There we
John.
go.
On my holiday to Goa in India, I was disgusted to find that almost every restaurant served curry. I don't like spicy food.
Okay, let me talk about that too.
Is this going to happen after every single one?
Maybe, but that's
Because there's
good.
19 of these.
But we're not gonna do 19. But if you're going to another country, okay,
right?
if you're going to another country, deal with it. Like I hate it. One of my biggest pet peeves.
75% of the food in India, probably more than that, has curry in it.
One of my biggest pet peeves, dude. And you know what's funny is I work with a lot of Hispanic people, like born and raised in Mexico, and they work here now. And they go, I hate it when people come in here and they only speak Spanish. Like when they come into my work area and they only speak Spanish, they're like, I don't go to Mexico and speak English and expect everybody to know it. So why do they, you know what I mean? I understand there's a cultural
Right.
divide. I'm not trying to start some
Right.
shit here and create a big argument. But I'm just saying, if you're
Yeah.
going to go to another country, you have to...
You have to be open-minded. You have to be semi-accepting. And you've got to.
You're not gonna go to India and get-
assimilate. In
Yeah.
some capacity, assimilate into the culture you're standing in.
Yeah,
at
you
that
can't go to
point,
India
you
and
know?
expect them to serve
There's
you
a lot
a
of big
deep
words in
dish
there.
pizza.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
or exactly like, well, you probably get a Big Mac there, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
But like, by the way, one of the best hamburgers I ever had, Europe, McDonald's.
Really?
It's all because it's all fresh.
It's all horse meat.
It's all fresh.
Perfect.
It doesn't matter if it's horse meat. I'll
Who
eat any type
cares?
of meat.
I'll
just
shoot
telling-
that horse.
Well, I was just telling Laura. Okay, so first off, Mike and I are trying to put together a hunting trip. You guys are more than welcome to come.
Oh Lord.
But I've got this itch.
It's all, well, John, the only game John goes for is baby birds. So.
Well, okay, so when we've mentioned it a few times.
Dude, there's so many stories.
So when we went camping one time. We got this spot in the middle of the desert called the Stone Shack,
Yes, we do.
and it is a.
You might have to come back. You might have to come back to that.
Yeah, I'm
It's
just gonna put it.
It was
down.
built in what 1909, right?
No, it was in the 40s.
It's written in the
1909
cement.
sounds good.
I thought it was earlier than. Anyways,
No, it's in the 40s,
So
30s or 40s.
it's like a stone shack. It's what 500 square feet
It's fortified.
At most, yeah.
at the most, 500 square feet with the fireplace, and it's basically kind of in the middle of the desert. It's on a dirt bike trail, and it's like first come first serve. If you get there first and you establish camp, you're there, and people just got to deal with it.
That's right.
So we established camp there one weekend.
Homesteading.
Homestead. It's home base right now.
Homestead Act.
If anybody watches Game of Thrones, it was hard home. Okay, so it was hard home. So, but you got to be careful because you're literally in the middle of the desert, and it is no man's land.
Yeah,
so
there's nothing out.
if you hear a noise,
you are 45 minutes from civilization.
if you hear a noise, you're going out there strapped because
No doubt.
somebody might be rolling up on you and trying to steal your car. It's not even a
That's the
joke,
truth.
or steal your supplies or whatever. So
Right.
many times throughout the night, we were getting up with our fucking ARs, like, like ready to just wreck shit.
Allegedly intoxicated.
Allegedly slapping the bag.
We may have been super drunk, but
Allegedly.
but you know what's funny is that like I feel okay. Obviously, you hear a lot of stupid shit happens when people are drunk with guns.
Yeah.
I feel really safe though with our group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we've been drinking
I
and
concur.
there's firearms around.
That's because we're not irresponsible people.
we're really not stupid.
and we're
people.
not wild drunks.
I mean, yes, my Glock kept falling out of the holster.
Oh my God, onto the stone. Oh my God. While he's cooking,
good thing Glocks are drop tested from a helicopter.
Yeah, that's a true story.
Yeah.
Did you ever read that book I gave you?
I have been thumbing through it.
Well, as John stated at the beginning of this show, John doesn't have time to
I
read.
don't read good.
Yes, that's
So
right.
unless it's available on Audible, then I
The
don't
Center
think.
for Children Who Can't Read Too Good.
It's sitting in a position on my
it's keeping his
dresser
couch level.
that
I let him
it's on
borrow one
display.
of the best books I've ever
on
read.
display.
Maybe I should give it to Matt and let Matt read it until it gets back to you.
Wow.
But it's called Glock:
That's
The
heavy.
Rise of America's Handgun, and it's the whole story about Gaston Glock and how he built like shower curtain holders, and then he decided to like the Austrian army, they used Berettas, and then they issued like a statewide like petition, and they're like, hey, if you can build a gun, we want you to build us a gun. We need a new
Right.
gun. And he built the Glock. And they were like, okay, so how we tested it was, like you said, he sold the first Glock to the U.S. military by getting a bunch of generals together. He fucking chambered around. He flew up in the helicopter, and he dropped it from a helicopter, and it didn't go off. And then everybody was like,
It's a pretty solid drop test.
everybody's like, we'll take 10 million. So, anyways, we're in the middle of the desert. We've been slapping the bag all night. For those of you that don't know, boxed wine comes in a bag, like a bladder. And
right.
we were hammered that night. That was the conspiracy theory night.
Oh, it was.
Dude,
we
I
were
would
drinking
love to go back, dude.
moonshine
I
and
want
whiskey.
I want to do a show out there.
It's got to be cold, though. We got to go in winter.
We need
oh,
a
absolutely. There's
generator.
no way we're going in the summer.
Yeah, bring a generator out.
Generator or
I'm an electrician.
or a big inverter.
I was just going to say that. Okay, once we finish this tidbit, I'm going to let you finish your deal. And then I haven't even introduced John's profession yet. Hold on, let me try.
We're 48 minutes in.
48 minutes into the show, and I haven't even introduced John's profession.
I don't have to be at work till 5 tomorrow morning, so
Perfect.
Perfect.
plenty of
We got time.
So, so we decide the next day we get up, and I'm like, for the last, I want to say 3 years, I've had this urge to just hunt. I want to hunt my food, and
all right.
I don't, but it's really hard in California. It's not like in Texas or whatever. You go
Right.
kill a boar, and
Yeah.
you don't need tags to kill boars in Texas.
Exactly.
You can just go kill a boar and cook it up.
Yeah.
So I've had this urge to hunt. I've been talking with Mike about it. I'm gonna buy a Remington 700 because I need a 308.
Yeah, you do.
And anyways, so okay, remember we were talking about my laptop is now at 63%, and it was at 100% when I started this podcast.
Do you have a lot of apps open?
No, nothing's open.
Huh.
And we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
But and it's hot as shit.
Better cool it down good.
I know, right?
Interesting.
Installed an extra fan on it.
Better put that fan on there good.
You're an electrician. Figure it out.
Yeah. Close your damn laptop. That thing scares me.
So the next day we get up, and Matt's nickname, what would we call him? Overwatch or Oracle? What was his
Both.
fucking nickname? So
Oracle.
So
I'm gonna cry.
So John and I are like, okay, you guys have to know something about producer Matt. Producer Matt is he is 110% Eagle Scout prepared for any situation.
Which is how he rolls.
Any
I
situation.
am what I am. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not talking
Sorry,
shit.
I'm not sorry.
I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying that's who you are. So we go hunting, and John and I go, look,
Air quotes.
we're gonna hunt.
Air
Yeah,
quotes.
hunting.
I'm like, we're gonna find a rabbit. We're gonna find something.
But we would not take a life without a tag.
Well, no, that's not true. I would. I think it's a stupid rule.
Allegedly.
But
Allegedly, you would.
It is as it's not.
It is and it's not. I agree with you. Tags are important, but not for rabbits. We weren't hunting.
yeah,
we
no.
weren't hunting elk.
At what
know,
point? At
or
what point do you draw
bears.
the line, though?
So what?
Ooh. What point do you draw the line?
Well, the fact that we're in the middle of the desert and there weren't elks. That's where I draw the line.
Well, I wish common sense. I wish
The
common
elusive
sense was more
desert elk.
common.
Yeah, right. That rare
Yeah.
desert elk, John.
Hey, if you have the shot, take it. You know.
The white stag.
It's between me and that elk. So we decided to go out and hunt.
Side note: have you ever seen an elk?
Yeah,
They're huge.
they're huge.
Yeah, Idaho.
I've got,
I saw one
dude,
in Idaho.
I have got from my uncle that lives in Pennsylvania. I have venison,
Oh, nice.
fresh venison from his last hunt in my freezer.
Beautiful.
Yum.
I can't wait to cook it up.
Yum.
Was that your uncle that was in my car?
Yes. the wedding eve.
Yeah. Oh Lord. Lord.
My uncles were all hammered. It was a good night. Yeah, Uncle Mike.
Yeah, I just really walked into it. Yeah.
Uncle Mike. Yeah. So I've got some of his meat up there. Well, it's just
Keep going.
It's deer meat.
Just let it go.
Got some of it. Never mind. Okay. So we decide to hunt, and we're looking for rabbits. And Matt scales this 300-foot hill, and we call him Overwatch because he's crouched down, scoped out to make sure we're not fucked with.
yeah.
by
I
anybody.
thought he had brush on. To be honest,
I
thought he had
did.
Brush. Did you have brush on you?
Yes.
He had a ghillie suit on. He was ready.
Had a kid. Had a kid. Perfect.
So Matt's posted
Just
up
the way I
there,
like it.
Prone.
ready, prone.
I was
just
blending
he's
in,
watching
yeah.
us, which is good. I
Overwatch.
actually felt safe because what's the accuracy on an AR? 300 yards?
I am accurate within 3 inches at almost 500 yards.
Oh shit.
That's
That's that new
nice.
scope, right?
Yeah.
That's really
So-
nice.
AR is a bitchin' rifle. So we have shotguns
Still
and
building
sidearms, right? That was what we were carrying out there, right?
Yeah,
so
that's what you guys had, yes.
I had my 12 gauge and I had my 9. I didn't have my 40 yet, so I had my 9, and you had
I had my 12 and I had my Glock 23, so my 40 cal on my
40.
hip.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're out hunting, you know what I mean? We're trying to get a rabbit out there. I would have cooked up and eaten a rabbit on that trip.
Have you
That's
ever had wild rabbit?
no.
That's good.
I have out there actually have had it.
It's good.
That's why I would like to.
It's,
That's why I was trying to.
Just grab it and skin it.
Yeah, watching that is
Sorry.
something else.
I'll do it. That's the whole point, though.
Peeling the skin off of an animal.
It's
is,
not screaming.
here's the
It
thing.
stops screaming before you.
Here's
Okay.
the thing too with hunting. It's we live in a society where people don't understand what it's like to hunt. People, you go buy your steak and you're good to go with your life. You go buy your
Yeah.
hamburger, pre-made pressed hamburger patties, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
It requires a lot of a person to take an
Yeah.
animal's life,
Absolutely.
Right.
honor that
Which-
animal,
Yeah.
and what I'm going to feed into what we said. So, anyways,
Which is better for the animal.
exactly, and it's more
'Cause-
respectful for the animal.
Exactly.
Yes.
We're not plowing them through on a conveyor belt into a
Right.
machine and processing out meat. It's whatever. So, anyways, we were unsuccessful in our hunt. So we decided to go back and drink some more. And we drink some more. The next day we get up. We decide to do a little morning hunt. John hears a rustle in the bushes.
Still a little drunk from the night before.
Still a little drunk from the night before. John hears a rustle, turns like lightning,
turns and fires, no hesitation.
fires and waits.
Just
doesn't even know
turns,
it's Matt
fires.
walking over there. He knows I'm on his right.
Didn't I empty my Glock and then drop it and pull up my shotty?
No,
Maybe.
no, it was
Or was that
just
a different
shotgun.
time?
Yeah, that was a different
No,
time.
that was a different time.
Sorry, they all just like.
I emptied my magazine, then I shot. So, anyways, he shoots at the noise, and everybody kind of stops, and it was like he killed a bird, like a sparrow, and it was a moment of like. It was a moment of sad because it was like that poor bird. Like, yeah, it's a
Right.
bird, but I was bummed out. And John,
because it died needlessly.
it really died needlessly. And John, look at him over here, dude, poor guy. we told John that if you want to pay respect to the animal, you have to eat the heart.
That's right.
So John, which is true, you pay respect to the animal. You eat something off of that damn animal, and you respect it.
And I did, and I really.
John cut out the heart, you guys. This is and grilled it and ate it.
Side note. The bird was about 3 inches long.
Yeah.
It looked huge.
Its heart was the size of like a sunflower seed.
It took John 45 minutes to cut the heart out of this bird.
Yes. It wasn't graceful.
Well, it was just, I think it was heavy because I felt the waist, and I felt
he was really bummed out. In all fairness,
and
we were all really bummed out.
It really ruined like the whole mood of that trip. It was like for like a half hour, I was like, man, I feel like shit right now.
Because
it wasn't even like a beautiful, majestic animal. It was like a small bird.
Because I had thought that it was a larger animal, and
it did make a loud rustle. I'm gonna give him that.
Yeah, and like, anyways, it still obviously still tugs on my old heartstrings, still in there.
But he ate the heart, so I give him props for that.
Yeah, like, but it just really tore me apart because as silly as it is, it was so needless, and I did feel like I needed to pay respect, to the animal, and like it wasn't like a prayer feeling, but it was almost like that. It was like it's
a spiritual level.
It's a spiritual level where like I was almost paying respects, and then I had to defeather it kind of, and get in there and open the heart. And so that's why it was really hard for me to get in
Laura
there.
got pissed at me because my wife, because we have 2 dachshunds, and I said that when one of the dachshunds died, I want to eat a piece of it. To pay respect to the animal.
Dude, this isn't Korea, bro.
You want to pay respect to the animal, bro.
Allegedly.
I don't get why that's so weird. Why does everybody think that's so weird?
Because it's a domestic animal.
Who cares? Cows are domestic animals.
No, they're not.
They're livestock.
They're domestic animals.
They're livestock.
You could have a pig as a domestic animal. Pigs bum me out because pigs are super smart.
Did you know that you can only have up to 3 pigs?
What?
As domestic pets?
Yeah, but you could legally own them.
It's not only up to 3.
Yeah.
I wonder why. They're super smart.
But like a horse isn't a pet. Is that considered livestock?
No, horse is a domestic animal.
Horse is
Hey,
domestic.
by the way, American Pharaoh, Triple Crown winner. What?
Don't even get me started.
Okay, keep going. Okay, keep going with your stories. I'm sorry, I sidetracked way off there.
This next one's a real good one. We went on holiday to Spain and had a problem with the taxi drivers as they were all Spanish.
I went over to Spain and they all spoke Spanish.
No, not they spoke Spanish. They were Spanish. They went to Spain, had a problem with the taxi drivers because they were Spanish.
Should we even comment on that, or should we just move along?
On my honeymoon, I actually spoke Spanish. I only know like bad jokes in Spanish, and our bartenders effing loved us, dude. Because I would just say bad jokes, and they that's how they remember you.
Yeah,
and then you give them like a $10 tip.
Oh yeah,
the whole trip, dude.
Yeah. Well, all us white people look the same, so
it's true.
Round eye.
Bunch of round
Whoa,
eyes.
dude, can you not? Whoa, everybody.
Alleged. Okay.
This is going a really racial direction.
It wasn't okay. All right. We'll just
round eye. Okay, keep going.
It can go so
Did
much
anybody
worse.
in the Karate Kid when he's like in the Karate Kid when the third one when he says that really racist thing about Mr. Miyagi and he goes, I want to make his knuckles bleed, and he calls him a slope. Have you ever heard that racial term before?
Yeah, I have.
Yes.
Doesn't it blow you away how
Yes.
these racial terms have been preconceived by made by society, but they're so effective in how bad they hurt someone? I just watched The Boy Meets World last night, where with the racism involved in it, and it blew me away.
I don't remember that episode personally.
Where Mr. Feeney makes Corey teach the class, and Corey calls Sean a wop. Which is a really racist term for Italians.
Yeah.
And that's how.
What is this, World War II?
Right.
And I also watched Band of Brothers last night. Dude, I've been on fire, dude. I'm like,
Oh man.
I'm up until what sucks about my life, and it's actually
Just walk in. He's listening to music.
well, no. What's pretty amazing about my life is that after my wife goes to bed, I usually come out here and I'll watch TV or something like that. And then I get out here at 10 o'clock, and then it's
laptop open?
12:30. And I've watched almost half of Band of Brothers. And I'm like, what is going on right now?
That's a really good use of time, though.
I know, right? I'm not complaining.
I mean, at least you picked a good one.
Okay, keep going, Matt.
All right.
I've never seen
Better
it.
than being on POF with trannies hitting you up right and left.
Been there, done that.
No.
I'll tell you off air. I got a story.
Lord.
All right. We booked an excursion to a water park, but no one told us we had to bring our own swimsuits and towels. We assumed it would be included in the price.
That's stupid.
Next.
I'm not gonna touch with that one.
Okay.
Because I can elaborate.
This one is one of the best that's on this list. The beach was too sandy. We had to clean everything when we returned to our room. Really?
I mean, it's just the fact that we're speechless right now after all the talking we've been doing.
What really pisses me off.
See? There it goes.
What really pisses me off, dude, and we've talked about this before on the podcast, I believe, but like how technology has given us this ability to just bitch.
I know.
And like Yelp,
it's so
dude,
bad.
It's vomit. It's just
I hate Yelp.
Oh yeah,
I hate it. Yelp can put a small business out of business
completely.
yeah.
From one moron.
from one idiot who didn't understand what was going on.
Yeah.
And he writes something like,
Yeah.
you know,
People don't deserve that kind of power.
it really is power. And the average
so.
man, like what movie was it where they're like an individual is smart, but people are mindless? Oh, Men in Black. So he goes
Crazy movie reference.
in Men in Black, he goes,
I need sugar.
no.
And water.
In water. He looked like Edgar.
More.
He's walking around in a brand new Edgar suit. But like the one gem, I don't want to get anything on your microphone.
I don't want to get anything on your microphone.
Yeah, these are new mics. You're the first one, by the way.
Oh,
and by the way, you're gonna also be our first two-parter. And I brought out the good whiskey for you. So hey, man, you're welcome.
I really appreciate that.
So but one of the best like nuggets of wisdom from Men in Black was when Will Smith goes, "Why not just tell everybody there's aliens?" You know, you told me,
Right.
And Tommy Lee goes, "Well, you're smart." He goes, "And a person is smart, but you know, society, they're all mindless drones, and they're just
Absolutely.
whatever." Okay, keep going.
All right.
It's gonna be a good podcast. Already is good.
It really is. All right. We found the sand was not like the sand in the brochure. Your brochure shows the sand as white, but it was more yellow.
It's almost like you took like
fish
really
tanks?
great pictures
Yeah.
in order to get people to come here.
Yeah.
Weird.
Photoshop them. Is my voice coming out okay? Do you need to turn this up a little bit?
No, I hear
like
you.
it's really
You have to talk into the mic. That's
You have
that's
to,
the key.
Like not talk over
Hey,
here.
remember that time you were drinking Sprite on Whiskey Babble? I feel like that's just happening now.
It's it's water.
Do you want some more whiskey?
Parch? I do. Please.
All right. It's lazy of the local shopkeepers in Puerto Vallarta to close in the afternoons. I often need to buy things during siesta time, air quotes. This should be banned.
Wow, that's pretty racist.
This should be banned.
You should like stop being like your culture.
Like siestas should be banned.
For those that don't know, most of the world has this policy.
Yep.
Like,
Well, that's because everybody's chasing this stupid American dream, and like it's okay. Keep going, because I'll just keep going on it. I don't need. You don't need that. What?
No.
Hit us with some more. Hit us with some
Yeah.
more.
no one told us there would be fish in the water. The children were scared.
That's terrible. That's
Yeah.
you know, I've been in that position personally,
I've
and it's
personally been in the ocean.
just
It
you know,
sucks.
it's ruined it for me.
It has, yeah.
Every
it's
time I've
awful.
gone to Vegas,
It's
Every time I
awful
go in the
stuff.
ocean, I'm
It's
like,
terrible.
what's up with all these fish and like nature? Okay, keep
Weird.
going.
Although the brochure said that there was a fully equipped kitchen, there was no egg slicer in the drawers.
What a basic bitch.
Right?
I mean, what year do we live in?
Is this communist Russia?
There was a knife, but
Oh my god! Just eat the whole thing whole. I don't know.
I like your outfit, John.
Thank you.
You know, I want to pull off the baseball tees. I can't do it, but you pull off the baseball tee.
Do I?
By the way, we offer baseball tees.
We do.
We do.
I'm gonna. Hey, John.
I'm personally going to purchase
maybe
a
if
few
you've
of
ever
them.
been on the website,
You guys have a website? What is that website again? Could you?
whiskeyBabble.com.
Yeah, it is.
great.
Everybody, hey.
I'll have to get on that.
You know what?
On my way home.
Now the reason, okay, I'll plug it right then. I'll plug it right there. But there's certain podcasts where like halfway through the conversation, kind of like we just did, they'll spend 5 or 10 minutes.
Okay. So while I agree with you, those podcasts are doing sponsorship plugs. I don't find it a problem with us plugging ourselves.
No. I'm saying I have no problem with what we just did, but I'm saying when they do a sponsorship plug,
Oh, I know. I find that super annoying.
it's like they're in the
Like
middle
they're
of a
like,
conversation. They'll be like, don't you like
blah,
Microsoft?
blah, blah,
You know
blah.
what I mean? And then they'll talk about
So do you guys get viewer feedback? I mean,
kind of.
Sometimes.
You know, a little bit.
I wish we did.
That'd be great if you guys.
If you guys are listening to this podcast right now,
whiskeyBabble@gmail.com
Yes.
or any of the comments on
please
YouTube
send
or
us an
anything,
email.
Like,
Say, Jake, shut the fuck up, or hey, Jake, keep doing what you're doing. Like, we really want feedback, you guys.
Yeah, we do.
Or get some hot chicks on.
We
the,
really
on
appreciate
Whiskey
it.
Babble.
Get some hot chicks on there, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Hey, you guys, my
I have a
sister
huge
was on
chest,
here, bro.
but it doesn't
My sister
count.
was on here, okay?
she was on here.
And I'm not saying she's hot,
That was
but
that was
my
one of our
sister's
best
hot,
shows.
bro. I really liked that episode. That was a good
That was a
episode.
solid episode. My wife listened to that episode.
Really? You know
One
what?
of the only ones.
The majority of people that I know that listened to that episode with my sister love that episode.
Yeah, it was a solid one. All right. Shall I continue?
Yes.
All right.
please do.
We're here right now. Go.
Please do. Good thing it's a two-parter.
Good thing.
Right?
Good thing that there's like no actual.
Did you guys know
time
that it was going to
limit?
be? It was going to be a.
We honestly just couldn't get another guest. So I said that.
No, but like we both knew that there's just so much John.
We said that.
so
I was like,
much.
did I not? Okay, my exact
Uncle
text.
John.
Hey, my exact text to Matt was, I could get 2.5 hours out of John Markling.
Easily.
I said
Easy.
it. I said it.
Feed him some booze.
I could do
Done.
this shit. I'll make it happen.
Dude, we haven't even introduced me yet. We haven't talked about my past.
We haven't even known anything
present,
about your
future.
job.
Nothing. Yeah, professionally, personally. I mean,
It's gonna get serious once Matt finishes.
I'll do one more and then we'll go back to what we were doing.
No, do a couple more. Fuck
Okay.
it.
This, I think, you know what? This is the best. I've read all of these. This is the best one.
Okay, I'm waiting.
It took us 9 hours to fly home from Jamaica to England. It took the Americans only 3 hours to get home. This seems unfair.
really? Because
Like the world.
Like,
I mean, it only took. I mean, what it used to be by boat. It's how many weeks across the Atlantic from England to America or to
but I mean,
Jamaica
this just blows
to the
me-
West Indies?
this blows me away
You
that
know?
someone put this as a negative review on this resort's website.
Because people are stupid, dude.
Like,
I
it's
hate.
freaking geography.
Dude, Matt, please don't get me started on it. You know how I feel.
I know.
Dude. We are raising morons, and we're raising people that can't think for themselves.
Yeah.
I can't, like, please, Matt, if your son turns out to be an idiot, I'm going to punch you in the face.
He will not be. My son is a
You know-
superior human being.
And I don't mean an idiot.
I believe that personally.
Look,
yeah.
if he's let's just say he has a low IQ, hypothetically, he has a low IQ.
Right.
As long as he's not like a moron when it comes
will
to
not
street
allow
smarts. When it comes to street smarts,
I will not allow it.
good. Why you no doctor?
You don't have A? Come back to me when you have A.
You come out of room when you doctor.
We need to stop.
Okay. Yes, we do. I mean, allegedly, that's what somebody could sound like. Yeah.
I compared the size of our 1-bedroom suite to our friend's 3-bedroom.
It was
Ours
smaller.
was significantly smaller.
I can finish the fucking reviews before you even finish it.
I think people are terrible personally.
Dude, don't even get me started, man.
When
When it comes to our society, like,
You know, let me spin off of that, and
Please.
it has to do with my job, and maybe it's a segue into me. I don't know. I'm not.
John, nobody
Self-centered or
wants to
anything.
talk to you.
Yeah, I'm
You're
just
here,
here.
John. You're here as filler.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure
Your
the lights. I'm
background
trying to make
noise.
sure the lights
You were
continue
white
to work
noise.
and everything. So I hate you. So statistic came out from the Obama administration.
Obama.
You know,
Got me a cell phone.
politics aside, it's just, you know, the government put this out that by 2020 we will only have 40% of the workforce needed. We're talking about you know, stupid people, you know, the younger generation. So we only have 40%.
We need a good plague.
So we'll only need
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. A drought. Here it is. So so we'll only have 40% of the workforce needed, and as far as skilled trades go and whatnot. So what that's going to mean is, well, first of all, it's because all the millennials went, and I'm 27, so we're like right at the top of that ish.
No, we are generation.
We're the bottom
We're
end.
Generation X.
We're the bottom of X.
We're Generation X.
Yes.
Generation XY is, I want to say like 16 and under.
So
Yeah.
okay, so the millennials and a lot of X
I'm smart.
did not want. They wanted to go to college. They got college pushed on them. There wasn't, the job market kind of sucked. Nobody really went into the trades, and a lot of you guys don't know this, but out on the job sites, there's no young people. I mean, there's like a 15-year gap between me and the nearest worker.
Right.
So what it's going to do is just beware, everyone, that prices are going to go through the roof. I'm going to get paid a lot more money for what I'm doing because I can do it. You can't. And people are retiring out. And it's like, I have it, you don't. Do you want it to work? So, and it's not like an arrogant thing, or anything like that. And maybe, but
maybe a little.
But the thing, I'll finally get paid for what I'm worth. So yeah, I just thought that was really interesting, though. That was an interesting statistic. Thanks for not listening.
Well, here's what's going on.
See, this is what happens with my friends. They tune out after about, I give it about a minute and a half, and then with anything, and they start to tune out, and they do the social like. Yeah.
No,
totally.
John,
I'm sorry, what?
So what happens?
Wait, what were we talking about?
Nothing but love.
No, here's what I'm talking about with John. So our generation, right? Look, our generation right now, and this is you and me. We were fed because. Why are you laughing? Are you laughing at me?
Because it's true.
No, so our generation, we were fed because 5 to like 7 years ahead of us was. If you went to college, you got a bomb-ass job, and you were fucking rolling in money, and you're
set for life.
You're set for life. Then our generation was fed that theme. Okay, well, here's the problem. If, for example, me, okay, I went to a 4-year school for electrical engineering. Let's just say, okay? Yeah. I went to a 4-year school for electrical engineering. I got my degree in electrical engineering, and I come out of school, right? No. I walked to John's boss. I laid down my resume. Here's my resume, Mr. Boss Man. Yeah, there's no work experience, but I have a 4-year degree. So I want $60,000 a year.
Sorry, you're overqualified.
No. It's no.
That's another one.
No,
that drives me up a wall.
Let me finish my thought. So I go, here's my resume.
Right.
No work experience. I have a 4-year degree, and I want $60,000 or $80,000. Let's just say $80,000. I want $80,000. Well, okay. The employer looks at me and he goes, okay, cool. Well, I got John over here. John's making $60,000 a year. He's happier than a pig in shit, and he's got 4 years experience.
Exactly.
So who am I going to hire? So our generation was almost cursed to have that whole college deal. And then the whole fact that now everybody is in debt. My wife is paying student loans from college. Everybody's paying student loans.
I'm going to be paying them till I'm dead.
It's bullshit,
it's
dude.
Insane.
And that's why like so many people are like reaching out to Europe and stuff. People are going to school in Europe, leaving the United States to go to school in Europe because guess what? Europe pays for your school. You know what I mean? Because guess what? It's more intelligent for the government to pay for its people than it is to have the people pay for themselves.
Exactly.
And look, don't get me wrong. I love America. I love this country. I cry when I talk about this country because I'm so passionate about this country. But it has faults.
Well, here's one for you, and I totally agree with that. Going back, I guess going back to what I was saying, but tying in with what you were saying, like if you go to Australia, college students people with college degrees are the lowest paid people in the entire country. Tradesmen are the highest paid in the entire country. The highest.
Well, dude, when I was growing
up. Because they'll pay for you to go to college.
When I was growing up, that's something my dad
They won't pay for you to go to skill.
My dad told me straight up, he was like,
trade school.
Have you ever thought about getting a skilled job? You know, he was like, everybody needs a plumber. Everybody needs an electrician.
Right.
But I feel like in our society, in American society, it's a very like degrading job. If that makes sense. Like people go like, "Oh, you're a plumber?"
Right.
But it's like motherfucker,
only if
you
I'm in
need
Newport.
me, bro.
Yeah.
Like wait till your shit gets clogged. Who are you going to call, bro?
Yeah.
Or an electrician. These jobs
they're taken advantage of.
These
Absolutely.
jobs are like
or taken for granted, I should say.
yeah, these jobs are quantified as, degrading.
You're less than because
You're less than a human because you're not wearing a suit. But it's like, dude, you don't even know. Okay,
I
so
have my name on my shirt,
to stop everything right here, I'm stopping everything right here. John is an electrician.
I am, yeah.
John is an electrician.
8 years.
And
allegedly.
And you also are, Explain to me the truck.
Okay, so I'm a professional electrician, amateur. I'm an amateur, off-road enthusiast. No, I
chase truck driver.
Chase truck driver.
Chase truck. That's what it's called.
I don't drive, but I do. I run. Well, I run. I am very involved in the support of a Class 1 like off-road team. Like you think of the trophy trucks.
Just so everybody knows, I have seen John without a shirt put a tire on a truck, and it was one of the most arousing things I've ever seen in my entire life.
It was
so manly.
Pretty awesome.
He has muscles in places I didn't even know you could have muscles.
That's right.
And keep going.
The problem was I had to take my shirt and tie it around the dog had broken his leg.
That's
and
true.
So I had to.
That's true.
Use it as a splint. So then after that, I changed the tire.
That's a lie.
So
that's an outright lie.
Just so everybody knows, he's using hyperbole. That's not true.
But that could have happened, and it could happen in the future. So.
I got called a wordsmith the other day. I got called a wordsmith. So we've got okay. So we've got a family friend. She actually started working with my dad like 35 years ago. She was at my wedding. She's a family member basically, and we were out to dinner with my we were out to dinner for my mom's birthday with my sister, my brother-in-law, my wife, and I, and her. And I don't want to say her name, but she listens to the show and she loves us. But
you know who you are.
You know who you are. So she's, like I said, been friends of our family for 35 years. Comes over to dinner once a week. She's part of the family. And she called me a wordsmith. And she goes, Jake, you know how to use words. And so, anyways, so we're sitting at Benihana for my mom's birthday. We're cooking, and we've got a couple across from us at the other side of the table. And we're like, we're so sorry you guys have to sit with us because we've been drinking. It was when you texted me and you were like, too much sake last night.
Oh, yeah.
That night before, we were drinking sake and shit, and we were getting a little buzzed. So anyways, she had been talking to this couple the whole time, and nobody knew because she was like on the end of the table. So she tells us, she goes, oh, yeah, he's going to school to study fish. Like he's going to school to study fish.
What? Like marine biology?
Yeah. Well, hold on. So I go, oh, so like ichthyology.
What?
And everybody at the table stops, and he even looks at me and he goes, that's exactly right. And she looks at me and she goes, how the hell do you know that? And I was like, I don't know.
Because I fucking pay attention.
I'm like, well, no. I read occasionally. Like
I didn't know what that meant until he just said it.
I was looking for the word. I don't know if any you saw me. I was looking for the word.
Ichthyology is the study of
Shut up,
fish.
John. You didn't know
There's
that.
also,
I swear.
No. Hey, there's also
No bullshit.
There's also a disorder called, I want to say like ichthyopia or something like that, and it's very rare. Only like 4 or 5 kids that we know about documented have been born with this illness, and it's where the child is born. It's green. It has like large red eyes like a fish, and they live in pain. They die 100% of the time. But it's a really.
I think we all die 100% of the time.
Well,
it's true.
I mean, as a child, you idiot.
100% of people that breathe oxygen die.
Hey, I said that last
that's
episode.
a startling.
You can't throw that. You can't throw my own facts at me, bro. You can't do that.
That's a jarring statistic.
It really is.
True.
I mean, pretty scary. I'm not gonna lie.
Why are we not funding research into this?
But yeah, it's like a real disease where the kid is born looking like a
That's
fish.
crazy though.
If you really want to get bummed out, Google it.
I really don't want to Google it.
I strongly recommend.
Rotten.com if you.
I'm gonna pull it up right now, John, and I'm gonna show you. Hold on, let me show John real quick what this looks like. Hold on.
So I'm gonna talk a little bit about my off-road career.
Yes,
if you want to call it that.
Right.
No, I help out. I met this cool guy through a friend, actually through a couple friends, 2 different friends, kind of randomly, and it turns out he's a co-owner of a race team, and it's something fun they do. It's super expensive. I mean, it would blow your mind. But they run a class 1 car, so it's like a super gnarly like buggy, but they race with the off-road like trophy trucks and whatnot. So
Okay, hold on. It's called Harley Quinn ichthyosis. Is the actual
Harley. Oh, put that away. Just put it away.
It's like a horrible disorder.
Just
if anybody
that
out
was
there,
terrible.
Or Harley Quinn syndrome is what it's actually kind of called sometimes. So if you guys want
something that you can't unsee,
that was
you can't unsee
you
it.
can't unsee that.
But
I'm not even
but
looking
it's
at the camera.
natural. Kids are born with it. I mean, it's not like.
wow.
But yeah, it's a real thing. Harley Quinn syndrome. If any,
That's
you know
terrible.
how all of our 200 listeners are gonna Google it and be like, "Fuck Whiskey Babble."
Our numbers just go.
Oh.
Too bad you guys can't unlike. So, all right. So keep going.
So anyways, met this guy and they said, hey, you know what? Why don't you come out for a race? You know, see what's going on. Went out with one of the owners. You know, prior to the race. It was actually the Mint 400 for Best in the Desert. And, you know, had a great time, worked with, you know, mechanic, you know, prepping and everything. And long story short, you know, I kind of got put into, you know, working with the logistics side of it, getting the chase crews ready, just implementing, you know, getting the chase teams to their locations. I kind of misspoke there, but you know, it was just really cool. You know, you get out there in the middle of the desert, you set up a pit, they come flying through. Hey, they're all good. You go, you know, you pack up immediately onto the next pit. You know, this and that. It's just really cool. I mean, we did Vegas to Reno. That was crazy. My little brother was involved with that, Christian. And
He's a good-looking man.
And
Yeah, he is.
I love my little brother. He's awesome. Shout out to Christian. And
Christian's awesome.
Yeah.
and
I've met him twice.
just
both
graduated
times.
from USC. Congratulations,
did.
buddy. Yeah, double major. And exactly. And so, you know, I started doing that, and then it just snowballed, and I kept doing it. You know, they
I
compensate
feel like
me.
John is like that unpaid dude that just keeps showing up.
Yep.
Dude, but they started,
Fuck, we
they
can't get rid of him.
well, hey, you know what? They started compensating me here and there where they could, and you know, they pay for all of my gas and lodging and everything, and you know, I really consider these guys my friends now, and
Yeah, that's what they want you to.
I really do, and it's just been really, really cool. So
That's awesome.
yeah, I mean, I was a big dirt bike rider, you know, doing kind of extreme trails
I
and stuff
mentioned
like that.
trials on 2 podcasts ago. Trialing.
Yeah, trial bikes.
And nobody
yeah.
in the room knew what it was.
Yeah, trial bikes. Yeah,
I know what trial bikes are.
it's
Well,
great.
how come
It's
you didn't
so
speak up when I
bitchin'.
mentioned it with? You looked at me like I had a hole in my head when I mentioned it. With
He's off
Rick.
camera. I don't know, but I started. You know, so I was always.
no one will ever see it.
That's true. Because Matt, the one time we put Matt on camera, lowest rated podcast ever.
It's a true story.
I'm just
So-
kidding. I love you, Matt.
Well, it was really cool because I was always into you know, dirt bikes, and there's a lot of people out there that are. You know, I like to think I was pretty serious about it. You know, I wasn't competing or anything, but so this was just like a great segue into like it was just like the rock star show. It was so cool, and so I'm really thankful for those guys. But so that took up a lot of my time when I wasn't working doing electrical. So
Let me stop you there.
yeah, that's the end of the story. So.
Let me stop you right there. Thank you for listening to episode 1 of the John Markling podcast. I have a little bit of a buzz, so if I'm slurring my speech, that's the whole point of the show. So thank you guys
Mission
for
accomplished.
listening. Yeah, thank you guys for listening. John, really good friend. Only the last 3 years, and we've really grown close. He's a good guy. So that was episode 1. Please stay tuned for next week to listen to part 2 of his amazing podcast.
Yeah, it gets pretty deep.
It gets pretty deep. You guys might cry, but then there's actually light at the end of the tunnel. Audibletrial.com/Whiskey Babble. So go on, subscribe, listen to some books, read some shit, and get educated, you guys. Please learn something. Come on. That's the whole point of this show.
I mean, seriously.
Come on. Go to whiskeybabble.com, you guys. We have great merch. We have sweatshirts up. We have shirts up, shot glasses, beer mugs,
Tank tops,
flasks,
flasks. We got a cocktail shaker that's pretty sweet.
everything. And Matt's been pushing this cocktail shaker, so I'm pretty sure it's official.
Dude, it's pretty cool.
So
It looks
guys,
pretty
check
legit.
it out. Facebook.com/Whiskey Babble. I know you guys are liking all of our stuff. We love it that you like us. Also share us, please. We'd greatly
Please.
appreciate it if you guys would give us a share as well.
Pwitty, please.
That kind of lets it know all your friends that you're listening to us. All your friends could also like us, and all of your friends could also share us if you like what you hear. YouTube.com/Whiskey Babble. If you guys want to see the video of the podcasts, it's pretty great. Matt does an amazing job as our producer.
Thanks, buddy.
I can't praise Matt enough for what he does, you guys. He works tirelessly behind the scenes to make sure this all happens.
Do what I can.
Because I kind of do jack shit except stand here and talk, and Matt does all the fucking the technical stuff behind the scenes. Also, Twitter @Whiskey Babble. You guys can read some of our tweets, which I'm going to start being more involved in. And thank you guys for listening. Part 2 comes out next week. Give it a listen. What's up?
Mamute.
Oh, yes. Mamute Jiu Jitsu, you guys. It's pronounced Mamute, but it's spelled MAMUTEBJJ.com. So it's spelled MamuteBJJ.com. You guys can go on there. It's a great jiu-jitsu academy. Bruno was our guest about 2 episodes ago. And
1 episode ago.
1 episode ago.
Last
Whatever.
week, yeah.
Who cares? Listen to the Bruno podcast. You guys will like it a lot. You guys will learn a lot. You guys will want to join. Come in and check it out. He'll give you a week free if you guys come in and check it out. Most academies will
Make sure you mention the show. That's how you get your free week.
Yes. If you go in, you have to mention Whiskey Babble. You get a free week. Most academies will only offer a day. Hey, here's a day. What do you think? If you don't like it, fuck off. But Bruno gives you guys a full week to check it out and try it out. He'll loan you guys a gi. He will do everything he can.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he'll do everything he can to get you in there and try it out, okay? So that is Mamute Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So MAMUTEBJJ.com. Go check it out, and we thank you guys for listening. We thank you guys for checking it out, and I hope everybody has a great Whiskey Wednesday. All right, bye. Have a good night.